Yes, sir. We got the new level roaming and combat gameplay, baby. And man, does it feel good. What up? It's Crescent. Let's get straight into a breakdown and the small details you missed. We begin with Kratos rowing the boat as Atreus and Mimir sit on the opposite end. Atreus says, "If the geysers smell here are worse because of Fimbulwinter, maybe the earthquakes are too." Mimir answers, "Aye, you might be onto something, lad." This is the first time setting foot in the realm. As they set their eyes on a dwarven city, Kratos says, "Atreus, look ahead." With Atreus turning around in awe, he exclaims, "Wow, now this looks like a city." Just as Mimir says, "Welcome to Neovalir, brothers." A dwarf in the distance runs off, and soon another walks off. And thereafter, a few dwarves watch the pair row into the city. Do they know the identity of the ghost of Sparta? Or have they been warned by the All-Father to not interact with those not from their realm? There are 3 sturdy built houses. They continue to row as they pass under the bridge. Following up, Kratos walks up to an open geyser with a small encampment of sorts with climbing marks across from it. Kratos continues to approach, pulling out the Leviathan axe. He launches it to freeze the geyser. With the pressure needing to transfer over, the other geyser in the distance now shoots higher. Kratos approaches a furnace-like contraption that hones in the heat of the geyser. Using a blade of chaos, he destroys the heat harvesting pot. With the watermill now moving, the gate to the right sinks to the ground, and as Kratos destroys the metal capsule, Atreus comments, "Yes, the wheel's moving and the gate's coming down." Mimir further comments, "That's dwarven ingenuity for you," before Kratos commands, "Back to the boat." Moving on, the god of war walks in Svartalfheim, a realm that exemplifies dwarven ingenuity. There are intricately built technical marvels, multiple cranes of various sizes, bridges, ore carts, watermills. A destroyed watermill lays in the water, as do hefty chunks of blue ore in front of Kratos. The water is a crisp blue. One of Odin's many phantom ravens soars in the sky. Second to last, Kratos walks forward with destructible pots to his right. A chest lays while a wooden irrigation system drives water down its watermill. Atreus looks below. The final and most intriguing clip of all, Atreus waits at a short distance as Kratos approaches the edge of a cliff. In the distance stands a soaring mountain with an old carving of a person. Earthquakes of the realm seem to have partially destroyed the carving. This could be a dwarf, a giant, Odin, or another god. Svartalfheim is a realm that exemplifies dwarven ingenuity, with technical marvels like mine pits, artificial water channels, and sprawling cities, all setting the stage for complex environmental puzzles. And to navigate this realm, we need to use Kratos' toolset, his weapons, and Atreus. Now onto the combat gameplay. Starting off, Kratos sprints as he leaps onto a cage-like structure before commanding Atreus to shoot at a teal-colored fence-like structure. But as he vaults onto the next platform, he performs a slam attack with the axe. Staggering the enemy as it lays on its stomach, he throws the axe, cleaving its right shoulder, which freezes its entire body. With the dauntless shield, he punches the Grim off, and as it hits the ground, it causes an explosion of ice. With it still alive, he jumps after it. But before touching the ground, he recalls the axe to once again perform an axe slam. Here, Kratos charges with a sprinting attack, hitting, slashing, and pushing back the enemy. Following up with one blade, he grapples onto an enemy before pulling himself toward it. Hastily, he aims at a Grim that has hung onto a wall. With the blade impaling his body, it is slammed to the ground. With both adversaries hopelessly staring at the god of war, he jumps off the platform and drives the blades into the realm. Kratos uses one of the blades to grapple onto the side of a structure before climbing over it. Beginning with a light attack, the combo is then finished with 3 more heavy attacks. Then on a shorter platform using the Frost Awaken, he slams the axe into the ground off a short platform before yet again performing a spinning cleave. A Grim pummels the stone wall shield until a small window opens and Kratos smashes it into the ground, knocking the enemy back. Quickly after, he commands Atreus to shoot at a teal-colored portion of a wooden pillar that a Grim has hung onto. Wasting no time, the god of war cleaves his opponents. Atreus valiantly swings his bow, with certain bows glowing a golden yellow before he climbs onto his enemy and chokes it with his bow. while at the same time Kratos drives Leviathan through the ground, freezing the Grims. He then Frost awakens the axe and performs a spinning cleave, thrusting the combatants back. Lastly, we see the god of war parry an attack with a dauntless shield and thereafter drive the very force back at the enemy. Charging the blade in his right hand, he slashes at a Grim on the ground before sprinting to another and brutally executing it before smashing it back into the ground. Anyways, that's going to be it for me covering the combat as well as the level roaming gameplay. Make sure to watch my Kratos vs. Thor animations as well as my other theories on this channel. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, my brother, because remember this, you are not alone.
When you are at your weakest,
and fear and doubt are a burden too heavy to bear.
remember this, you are not alone.